Welcome back to our series on HTML. So in this lecture, I'm going to show you, we're going to discuss the structure of an HTML page. Okay, so first, let's create another file, a new file, and I'm going to save this file, and I'm going to call it structure.html. So basically, structure, and I'll just say it's an HTML file, and then I'll click on save. Now, in writing an HTML page, the very first thing we need to do is to tell the browser that this is an HTML document. Okay, and to do that, basically, we start with a point bracket and we write an exclamation mark and say capital letter doc type. So basically, what this means is that we're about to state the type of document we are creating. So, and in this case, it's an HTML document, and then we close. So basically, when a browser reads this document and the first thing they see is doc type HTML, they know that the browser knows that it should expect to see HTML, tags, elements, and HTML content basically. Okay, so that's the very first thing you do when you are creating an HTML file. Okay, next we're going to write an HTML tag, and it goes like this: HTML. We close. So in this case, we are going to have an opening HTML tag and a closing HTML tag. Every content we create should be within the HTML tag. Okay, so next we're going to now add some tags within the HTML tag, and the first is the head tag. So I'm going to say head, and I'm going to close, and of course my browser automatically closes the tag for me. And then the last is the body tag. So I'm going to say body, and yeah, so this is the structure of a typical HTML page or a typical HTML file. A doc type that says HTML, then HTML tag that opens and closes. Within it, we have a head tag and a body tag. Okay, so now I need you to understand that as we go on in the series, you would learn different kind of tags that come into an HTML file. So, but for now, this is the basic knowledge I want you to have as regards the structure of the HTML file. Now let's go on. Within the head tag, we're going to add a title to our HTML document. So let's add a title tag. So title and close. As you can see, the title tag automatically closes. So essentially, most HTML tags, 90% I should say of HTML tags, have a opening and a closing end. There are just a few tags that do not have a closing tag. In other words, they're just single opening tag, if I can describe it in such a way. So now I'm going to title this document HTML structure and say structure, and I'll save it. Now let's open the file and see what we are dealing with. So I'll say structure, and as you can see, there's nothing on the file. It's just a blank file. Although we've written some content, it's still just a blank file. That's because the browser does not render these tags, so to speak. It only renders content within the tag. So essentially, the tags simply represent a way that the browser understands how to render the content. But as for this title, HTML structure, if you look at the tab here on the browser, you see that there is this HTML structure, right? Yeah, so that's what this title actually, that's where the title actually displays. Now let's come to the body of the HTML page. Okay, now the body of the HTML page essentially is where we display all of our content within the page. Okay, So for example, I'm going to go to my first web page and welcome to my first web page, right? I'll copy this. So let me just copy this. So C and back to structure.html. I'm going to open a paragraph tag. So E, right? So, and I'm going to say welcome to first web page. All right, now let's save this and let's refresh. Bam. So we see we have welcome to my first web page within the body tag, and it's displayed here. So essentially, this is what the structure, the typical structure of an HTML page looks like. Now, like I said earlier, going on in the lecture, we're going to learn some very interesting things about structuring our web page. We're going to learn about different tags, section tag, footer tag, and other things. So, but for now, let's take this and let's, memorize it. Okay, see you in the next lecture. Thank you so much for watching. All right, but one more thing I need to emphasize here is the way the tags are, displayed on the page. Now, you would have noticed that the HTML tag starts just, on the first line of the page, but subsequently there is some kind of spacing, between the head tag and the first point of the page. Now, this spacing is actually called indenting. And essentially what it does is that it makes your code more readable. Okay, because supposing you had like 1,000 lines of code, it's actually difficult to read if you have it all jumbled up. So when a tag, like this title tag, when a tag is found inside another tag, then there is some indentation that, should be in place to help people read your code easily, and even help you read your code easily and make your code look neat and clean. Okay, so it's a good practice to always indent your code. So between the HTML tag, there is an indentation. The title tag also has an indentation. Essentially, to create an indentation on your code, all you just need to do is to add a tab, to type the tab, hit the tab key. So I'm just going to hit the tab key, and that's the indentation there. So basically that's it. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you in the next one.